Are you up for a challenge? Who doesn't love one? Today I am joining in with Sarah's Rediscover Your Stash group, where she asked for some of us to volunteer for some challenges during January when it's a no spend time. So I have a 5-ingredient challenge for you. Shop your stash to create. You have to use 4 different brands of paper, 4 different bright colours of patterns or colours. You have to use washi tape, you have to use photos on your layout, of course, and you have to use stickers of some sort. So we've all got them in our paper stash, and I've gone through mine. I did look at this pink fresh one there, but I'm not going to use. I've got an Ellen Viv, I've got a scrapbooking coach, I have a Daisy D flower, I have a Vicky Bouton, and you can see that I've got all different brands, all different colors, and I'm just using what I am using here to build my layout. Now this is a double-sided one, so I'm able to use both sides of that. So when you choose your papers, choose wisely so that you can maximize your colors and you can maximize your patterns. Now, as I said, this is a challenge. You don't have to play, but it's just for some fun, and it's also to use up our stash that we always seem to just be accumulating. These papers are so old for some of them. I don't even remember when I bought them, but I must have loved them when I bought them, so now I'm using them because my goal is to just use my stash up. All right, so I am just going to fussy cut around these snowflakey icons on this paper to create a wavy sort of an effect. Now this paper is bright orange, and snowflakes and bright orange is something that you don't normally associate, I'm sure. Not that I have many snowflakes opportunities here in Australia for myself, but you know, I'm just saying, just putting it out there. Orange snowflakes, not really probably a thing for many people. But that's okay. It works for this because this was a Christmas set of photos that I'm using on this layout. So I'm just going to use the 2 borders there to trim up that background, the Ellen Viv background, and add some color. I'm now going to cut out 2 circles with my Creative Memory circle cutter from the Vicky Bouton paper. I do like the text on this side, but I love yellow, and it's one of my favorite colors, and it's always bright and cheery, and I do love the brights. Anyone who knows me knows I love bright papers, and I love mixing and matching, and half of the challenge is getting the color combination correct so that you don't lose your photos in between. Now I've gone through my scraps, and I've got this little piece here from Cosmo Cricket. Oh my goodness, that's a long time ago. And I'm also going to use it because it matches the color scheme. Now this vellum here is also from Scrapbook Coach, and I'm cutting that down to 6.5 by 5.5, I think I went. And then I'm just cutting some more along this leftover piece here, and I'm going to create a decorative border which I'm going to use across the top and the bottom. So I'm getting a bit creative with my papers, and I'm using the colors to the best of their color palette, and that's because when you see my photos you'll see how that works. Now don't be afraid of color. A lot of people are afraid of color, and a lot of people are mix and match their stash, get a little bit worried as well. The idea is to get rid of that phobia and to embrace the challenge. So I have trimmed this down just a little bit so that it fits across the page, not over the edge. And I now have my yellow circles, which I am going to start building my layout. But before I do that, I'm going to show you a bit of the photos here. These were taken just before Christmas. I was in the city. This was after the major traumatic event that happened in the city, so it was very quiet down the city. But we went on the merry-go-round, my mother and I. This is my mum in these photos and myself. And we were waiting for my eldest son and his girlfriend to join us. So we went on the merry-go-round, and I do love going on there. I like riding the horses. My mum was like, oh no, I can't do that, but I helped her up on, and then she rode it, and she had a great time. She really enjoyed it, and that's the biggest thing I've got to keep remembering, is that you don't have to stop just because you supposedly reach an age that you just need to stop. My mum, she's in her 70s, and I got her on there and she had a great time. She loved it. So anyone can get up and have fun. They're not just for kids, they're for everybody. And every time I'm in the city, I don't care, I will go on the merry-go-round down at Darling Harbour. I love it. It's a lot of fun. And you know, like when I go on with my kids, we're laughing and carrying on and having a good time, and I will watch the people around watching, all the adults watching the children on it, and they actually, like, you can see the looks on their faces, like they enjoy the fact that we're enjoying it, which is really good as well. So I have cut all my pieces that I need. I matted my photos on the back of that orange snowflake paper, and now I'm going to use my gathered twigs to distress the edges of my papers, just to give them those clear edgings and to lift them off the busy background. And that's very important when you have bright colors, is that you use something to distinguish your pieces from each other, whether it's distressing the edges or you're outlining it. I've always found that that's really, really important, especially with bright colors. But I'm just showing here how it doesn't matter what brand of paper you're using, what series they come from. You can just mix and match and still come up with a very cohesive layout, even though you think that it won't when you first initially start. So my challenge to you is to use those bright colors, use those bold patterns, and mix and match your patterns. You need to have 4 or more. That's really important for this challenge, and you will be surprised at what you will produce by mixing and matching. And all those odd single pieces of paper will suddenly find homes in your albums on layouts. So I'm now starting to construct my layout. I'm putting down the external pieces, which are my borders, and I really do love the bold, rich colors in that square paper. Like the muted lighting here is really dulling it down, but at the end, when you look at my layout up close and personal, you will see how bright this really, really is. And you know, I'm not afraid of the brights. I love the brights. Anyone who watches my videos knows that I often work with brights. I used to be afraid of putting colors together and mixing and matching, but I soon got over that. I am now going to cut this strip in half, and I'm going to use it to go top and bottom, just as a bit of a feature, just a bit of a way to finish off the edge. Then I am going to glue down, some washi. Washi was the other element. I knew there was another element. Washi tape. You have to have washi tape in this challenge. How silly of me. I will have got all of them at the front of the video for you again. I will have them in my description box down below for you to check out what it is you required for this. Go over to Sarah's Rediscover Your Stash on the Facebook and join the group if you're not already there. You will find lots of inspiration there for using up your stash, and it's really, really fun just to go stash diving instead of purchasing all the time. So I'm just popping those to the top. They are off center for both of them. That's a feature. I'm going to tuck a photo down here into the bottom one, but I'm contemplating which photo. Now I place this first here like this, but when I go and glue it down, seal it down, put it whatever you want to call it, I actually play with it and I change some directionality in it, so it actually comes up quite different in the placement of the elements here. So I've got my photo of my mother and I there. I have the carousel in the background. I have my mum sitting there on the seat, and not that you can tell in the photo, but I am actually sitting on a horse and my mum is in the carriage. And look at that on the carousel, the merry-go-round, whatever you wish to call it. It is a fun part of childhood that you get to live, even if you are older. So don't be afraid. If you see one, ask, can you go on it? And go on it. You'll be surprised how much of an endorphin boost it is for you. So now that I've done that, I've manipulated around, and you can see I went off screen and put all of those into place. I did stretch that middle strip in the red and I reversed it. So I put the dots showing up and I put the red as the thinner strip there, just to lift it all up off that background and also to add that variety. Now I want this strip to go over the top of the vellum, and that vellum's tucking in nicely there. I'm going to changed the photos around, and I'm going to put the one with my mother and I there to the side with my mum waving, and then I'm just going to put this up in the center, and you will see that I have got the one with my mum and then the one with the carousel. I'm going to put the carousel to the side. This is a really old carousel and it's beautiful. Like, the details on it are amazing. And I just love all the colors. And as you can see, all the colors from that carousel match the colors in my papers. And despite the brightness of the papers and despite the busyness of what's going on, my photos are popping and still being center stage on the layout because they are complementary to the photos. They are not clashing. So that's what has been the biggest revelation for me when I've started working with colors. I look back at some of my layouts that have big clashes and I think, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? And the reason is because the colors that are in the background are not complementary. They do not support the photos. That's why they tend to overtake. Whereas here, they're supporting the colors in my photos and they are just making those photos pop, even though there is a lot going on in the background, and I love it. Now, this is 4 more papers that I've used out of my stash, which is even better. I've scrapped my stash. I've used some washi. Yes, we've all got it. It all sits there. We need to use up our washi. I did put glue down underneath it just to make sure that it stays in a permanent fixture on the layout. And I am just using some foam here, some crafting foam, to support my photos, to pop them up off that page. And look at that, amazing. And that little bit of yellow, paler yellow and white stripe down the middle, very, very important. The next thing I had to do, remember, was fussy cut. And I said you had to have 1 sheet for fussy cutting. So you've got to have 4 or 5 pattern papers, 1 for fussy cutting. They need to be bright, they need to be bold. You need to have bright and bold patterns, 4 of them. You need to have your fussy cut sheet. You need to use washi tape. You must have photos on your layout, and you must use foam thickers in some form, whether it's a sticker, whether it's a quote, whether it's a title. You need to use some thickers, and you've all got them. They're just lying around in your stash. Even if it's just 1 heart, even if it's just a smiley face, even if it's 1 flower, you've got a puffy thicker sitting somewhere that you will be able to add to your layout to contribute to this challenge. I am building my clusters around my photos, as you can see here. All of these pieces have been fussy cut out of that one piece from Scrapbook Coach, and look at it, it just looks magic. I love it. It's not overpowering, it's just blending, and that's the beauty of bright colors. Now I'm going to use these gold thickers. I do not know what kit they came from. I've had them for so long I can't remember. I'm sure they came from one of my Kitaholic kits that I used to get, but they aren't doing at the moment, and so that's why they're sitting there. It says enjoy, and then I'm putting in the little things, and that's where I'm sticking that in down the bottom here in the white. So you've got enjoy at the top, and then I've got the little things, and that's really important. I just flicked off the little dot, you know, the little, it has got a name. I know it's got a name. I keep forgetting. But then the dots on your eyes, I forgot. It has a name. It has a specific name, and I need to remember what it is. I might need to go and look that up. And you just have now completed a layout. I am just finishing off with some faux stitching around the circle, just to redefine it and lift it totally up off that layout, but make it a feature without dominating. So that's putting that into place. I'm also going to go around all of the pieces of paper here in the middle, just to pop them up off the background and distinguish them from piece to piece. And that's just a little technique I like to do as well. Instead of matting them all on black, I just tend to outline with my fine line pen, and that gives the same effect. It's just enough to break it. It's just enough to add a little bit of interest, and I'm just going to go around the corners on the curved orange. Now, when you saw me cut that orange, you thought, wow, that's going to be really dominating, didn't you? But it got blended in through the photos covering, and that's it. It's a hint that it's there. I know it's there, you know it's there, but it's just falling in nicely. And the faux stitching is a great way of finishing off a layout. It just makes it complete, I find. Now, some people just like to finish it very plain. That's your choice as well. But remember, this is about using up our stash. It's about having fun. It's about creating layouts that you're happy with. And remember, that's the ultimate. You need to be happy with your layout. If you're happy with it, then that's all that matters. And I love finishing off with some Nouveau drops to set up my visual triangle, because I like to look at a layout that is centered and balanced. Now I'm going to add in one heart here. That is another thicker there, but I do contemplate putting more than one, but I just settle on that one, and because basically it doesn't need another one. I have the tiny little black hearts, and I'm just going to put that one little red heart, and that's a nod to my red dress. And there you go. That's a done and dusted layout. It is of my mum. My mum and I, we have a fun time when we're together. We used to work together for a while. Now we just enjoy when we get time to go out. Here it is, up close and personal. You can see all those pattern papers. You can see all the bright colors in it, and you can see how it all works and marries together. Don't be afraid of the colors, people. Have a go. Make sure you join us in the challenge this month. This challenge I give you to the end of the month. You can take part in it. Please put it into the feed here on the posting that you will see in Sarah's Facebook group. Come along and play. I'll put all the links down below so that you can be part of it too. And if you haven't already joined the Rediscover Your Stash group, that will be down there for you to do as well. Look at that. Isn't it magic? It's just so bright, so colourful, and it allows you to explore your creativity to another level. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm so happy that you've joined in today. Look at that. It's just bursting with colour. And thanks. Give me a hype. Give me a thumbs up. If you're new, give me a subscription. And I will see you in my next video real soon.